Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Brittany from Basement Blooms, and I am potting up. This is a little embarrassing how far I've let this go, but my poor blue glitter Eryngium desperately need more space here. So I went to Home Depot today and grabbed two more of these city picker bins here. And I previously showed you guys filling these with the ranunculus. However, I wanted to make sure today to show you exactly how I fill them and kind of the inner mechanics of these bins and what makes them kind of special. I've really enjoyed them because, as I have talked about ad nauseum on this channel, is I like to bottom water, meaning that you water a bottom tray and allow the soil to absorb water from below. This really helps encourage the roots to kind of go deep to find that water, and also I find that it's been really helpful in my habit of overwatering things. It keeps it from doing that. So I want to show you what these bins come with. First is you can actually put them on wheels. I historically have not used the wheels, but I think I'm going to start, largely because I've moved my setup here in the basement quite a few times, and I imagine it would be a lot easier to roll the bins instead of trying to lift them with all the plants and all of the soil. So I think I'm going to do that for this one. You will also get a tube here, and you'll actually put this in the bin, and this is what allows you to water down through the soil to the bottom. This thing I just dropped here is the bottom grate. So the first thing you'll do is just set this inside of your bin, just like that. So you can see it kind of elevates things a little bit, so this bottom section can be the reservoir. There is a little spot right here for that tube, and I find that once you get the soil in, it will hold it in place. I wish it was a little bit sturdier here, but you know, it's really not so bad. Make sure that I'm putting that in the right place. I'm going to turn this around actually, because I believe it's supposed to go right here in this corner. The next thing we're going to do, so now that we have this all set up, I'm going to dip into my Pro Mix here. This is the Eco Choice Pro Mix, and it comes compressed. So if you've never worked with this soil before, you will need to kind of break it up as you go. Let me grab my shears here so I can get into this and show you what it looks like on the inside. Probably not the best thing to use my Felcos for this, but So it comes in this great big cube. I like to personally, you know what I may do something different this time, is actually just put it in the bin, empty it here, and then break it up within the bin. That's probably going to be the cleaner way to do this, as opposed to trying to take chunks out. This is a little cold. Imagine it's been sitting outside at Home Depot. Now, I don't know about you guys, but we are having a gorgeously warm Sunday. It is about 55 degrees here. Gosh, this is possibly kind of frozen, so we may need to break this up and see if the other bag here is in a less frozen state in the core. This soil is so stinking soft. It's my favorite kind to use for soil blocking because there's very few large particles, and it compresses, clearly compresses really nicely. I may wait for this to warm up a little bit, or at least pour some warm water on this before putting my plants in this, because I really don't want to kill them with shock since the soil is quite cold. These plants have been in the basement their entire short lives, about a month and a half now, and I really don't want to kill them unnecessarily. I'd rather have beautiful blooms, put them in bouquets, go about my day. So I will be taking a break here shortly to run upstairs and grab some warm water. I need to hydrate the soil anyway, so it's not a bad idea. All right, guys, we are back. I have already, my camera wasn't filming, filled up the bottom of this tray with 2 jugs of water. I'm just going to show you again how you're meant to use this little spigot here. You will water in the hole here in order for it to sit along the bottom of this bin. Now what we're going to do is take our other watering jug just to sprinkle the top, so that way each of the holes that we plant into will be well watered as well. Now this blue glitter Eryngium, it's like a sea holly. The recommended spacing is about 18 to 24 inches. I'm clearly not going to be doing that today. My main goal is to get them out of the soil blocks and into a medium with a little bit more space for growth. These are hardy down to zone 3, so they will be perennial in my area. My goal is to just give them a little bit more space. I have watered the tray so that way they're less likely to, when you take them apart, the roots come apart from one another a little bit more easily than if I were to try and pull these apart dry. And I am going to show you, oh my goodness, they have really done quite well on the root. You know, this is another big boon for soil blocking, and all in all, with the exception of some brown lower leaves, this is a fairly happy plant. So I'm going to now work on separating these and getting them in the bin. My goal is always to get as much as I can fit within reason. I will probably be planting these about every 6 inches or so with kind of interspacing. I'm gonna see if I can find the healthiest plants in this bin to prioritize, and then the remainder I will find 4-inch or larger pots to plant them up as well, because I really don't want them to be stunted beyond repair in the blocks if I leave them here too long. Ooh, they're all kind of pulled together. So let's see here. They actually have a really nice aroma. They're really nice smell. Ooh. We're gonna have to be more careful about this because I'm losing some really nice leaves. This is one I'm a little embarrassed about. I have let these plants go on in the soil blocks a little too long by prioritizing other plants into the other bins that I have. And I do have a second bin that I will be filling up. My goal was to get my tomatillos in there today, but if these guys really need more space, we might have to prioritize again and make another trip to Home Depot. Ones in the center of this bin have been my largest, so let's see if I can't get to those ones without hurting them. That one's such a pretty plant. I am just flabbergasted at the root structures here. Gonna have to show you the bottoms of some of these that are just out of this world happy. Don't want to put them on the concrete because concrete likes to zap out any moisture that exists. Some of these I probably will throw in the compost bin because they're quite small, and I've gotten kind of ruthless with what I allow to take up space in my garden. And I will come through here and vacuum and keep our cordless vacuum in the basement here because I am pretty messy, and I think that's kind of inevitable when you have an indoor garden, but I do make quite a bit of effort to vacuum after every gardening session. Like this is why they live forever. This is why they're hardy down to kind of zone 3. Look how deep, how long that root structure is and how thick it is. I'm gonna bring this closer to the camera because that is just an insanely thick root. She is getting priority. So guys, let's start from the top here. I'm just going to kind of dig going to water the hole they're going into. I'm actually going to bury these a little bit deeper so that the leaves can have a bit more support. I think I learned with my ranunculus corms that burying them too shallow and they just kind of flop over. And we're doing like 4 or 5 inches here. Not very accurate, as you can see. I believe a lot of people will winter sow Eryngium, which has always been really interesting to me, and I've always been really unsuccessful at sprinkling seeds in the fall and having them pop up in the spring, but I think I should try a couple more times before I totally call it quits on that. You have it, guys. Here's our bin of glue glitter Eryngium. I'm going to give them one final sprinkle here, and that leaves me with 7. A couple that I'm going to go throw in the composter upstairs, and I should be able to find pots for the rest of them. So here's bin number 1, and I'm going to get started on bin number 2 for the tomatillos and a few miscellaneous here in the basement. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to this video for more content, and ring the bell for alerts for when I post. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day, guys. Bye.